and just, that's kind of part of the process, is getting to know him and getting to see him both on and off the field.
How many backs do you feel like you need to carry into training camp?
That number's fluid. You need enough, obviously, to practice with, and then obviously to get through, the preseason games. So, there's not a specific number, but 5, 6 backs, somewhere in there is probably a good number.
How would you describe your personal opinion, philosophy on giving people more chances?
I'd say, I think, I don't want to sit here. I think people deserve a second chance. I believe that. I think that's the case. I don't want to judge people based on, one incident, 2 incidents. I think, it's a case-by-case situation for a player and just for people in general. So, that's kind of my stance.
Ryan, yesterday Chandler Cox, the fullback, was working out with the tight ends for at least part of the time that we saw. Is that because that's more of his skill set, or why was that?
I think he's a versatile player. I think he's somebody who can move around in the backfield, in some tight end positions. Could split them out a little bit. He's going to work with the tight ends. He's going to work with the backs. He's going to move around. He's somebody who's got that ability. He's going to work in the kicking game as well. He's throwing the football. He's a former quarterback, so we'll see what he can do there.
The receiver Preston Williams from Colorado State, 82. He looks the part, but what strengths did you guys identify?
He's a talented player. He's got good size, good speed, catches the ball well, smart, in the one day that he's been here. So, again, he's got a long way to go like all of, the rest of the rookies. But he's off to a good start, and we'll see how he develops.
So it's only one day, but when you looked at practice, the tape of practice yesterday, did anybody go, wow, look at that guy?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. That didn't happen.
Malik Rozier is a guy, obviously, fans down here are well familiar with from his UM days. Have you had a chance to form any opinions on him?
Yeah, I think he's an assertive. I like his assertiveness at the quarterback position. He clearly has some leadership ability. He can get these guys in and out of the huddle. He makes his mic points, gets everybody lined up. I thought that was good. Again, he's here on a trial basis as well. I thought he had a good day yesterday. We'll see how it goes today. But I think he's off to a good start as well.
Right, a lot of times when you talk to second-year players, they'll say that it makes a huge difference being in the off-season program as opposed to training for the combine and running 40s.
I would agree.
How do you see that manifest itself out there? I mean, are they quicker? Are they more familiar? How do you see that?
I think there, there's some, obviously some continuity built. Being in meetings, being in the weight room, getting out there, and from a conditioning standpoint, they're just better suited to go out there and perform, rather than kind of some rookies who are coming in and everyone's training a little bit differently. They're not, they have no idea what they're from a playbook standpoint what they're gonna get. So when you combine learning the playbook with your conditioning, with your strength training, and you put it all together, when you're doing, I guess it's all laid out and it's all in a uniform structure, and there's a process there. It kind of all works. It works better together. So, yes, I think that second year when they're in here and they're in the off-season program and there's a process and a structure, the way things are done. I think you get a better player and you get better performance.
Isaiah Prince, he's a guy who kind of looks like a basketball player, how tall and long he is. When you're out there on an island and tackle, does that height and length benefit you, or can it be used against you?
I mean, I always think of things defensively. So, yes, it can benefit you for sure. When you got a guy that long, that much size, it's hard to get around a guy like that. So yes, I think that definitely benefits him. Again, he's another guy who definitely needs development. He's a guy who we're looking forward to working with. Really at a few different positions. He's a smart kid, he's talented. There's no doubt there. So we're interested to see how he can help us, and what he can do. You okay?
When you look at all the undrafted guys that you signed, about how many would you estimate you guys thought might have been drafted?
We were fortunate. We were able to sign a few guys who we felt really good about. There's the draft, how that works. You just never know at the end. What teams are really looking for. So, a couple there that we felt like had potential to get drafted late. We were fortunate enough there to at the end. When they did go undrafted, we signed a couple of those guys, and we feel good about this undrafted class, this rookie free agent class, as well as the guys we drafted as well. But once they get here, whether you're drafted, undrafted, AAF, it doesn't really matter. Everyone's gonna be battling for, or excuse me, I shouldn't even battle. They're gonna have an opportunity to compete for a position, whether it's offense, defense, or in the kicking game. And the guys who come out of that competition will be the guys who are playing in the fall.
Brian, you have 5 defensive tackles in this rookie camp right now, obviously with Christian. Do you feel like there was a hole to be filled there at that position, outside of just bringing Christian and drafting him, that you have that many? And Kendrick Norton's a former Miami Hurricane. What do you like about his game?
I think you asked if there's a hole there. I just, and I talked about it yesterday. I'm trying to, create competition, really at all positions. So, to me, there's a hole everywhere, and I think we need to try to get the, best players at each position. So we'll, just try to bring in as many guys as we can. I mean, there's a limit, obviously, to 90 that we can sign, that's the case there. As far as Kendrick, we like what he's brought to the table so far. He's got size, he's got good power, he's smart, and he's got some versatility also. So we like what we've seen from him.
Do you differentiate nose tackles from defensive tackles, or is it just all lumped in?
There's a little bit of distinction, I would say. It's based on the player's skill set, and nose tackle, D tackle, penetrator, big end, defensive end. You know what I mean? There's a few different distinctions, but it's up to the player. We may feel one way. Hey, he can only do this. He goes out there and shows us something different, then he can do a couple things. And
so you bring up to 5 different kind of.
I can keep going. If you want to keep going, we can go to 15 if you really want to. But
We got time.
Well, I'm not going to give you all my, everything in my bag, okay? I'm never going to give you that. So you can just trust me on that. I'll give you a little bit, and you can kind of, yeah, you got 5.
What about the secondary? Do we have a rover?
I mean, a rover. I mean, that's a rover. That's a word. That's a few different things. So, it's a.
Ryan, I got an offensive line question for you.
Sure.
when you say you want to play the best 5 guys on the offensive line, I think you've said you're a best 5 guy. Why are you better playing the best 5? Because, for example, well, I know it seems obvious, but for example, Laramie Tunsil played guard his rookie year. So you're better off playing a tackle at guard than a left guard, somebody who grew up playing or came up playing left guard. Better football player makes a better unit.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
I would like to think that, you know. There are some cases, I hear what you're saying, I appreciate the question. There's some cases where you don't want to take a guy, you know, completely take him out of position just to get the best 5. That's not the best 5. That's not the best unit. So I appreciate the question. But if we can, and that's why we talk so much about versatility and getting these guys to learn multiple spots so we can put our best 5 guys out there. Now, you know, oftentimes, I shouldn't say oftentimes, but there are times when, you know, a guy's he can only play right tackle and that's it, or you try to move him somewhere else, you know, he can't get into a left-handed stance. That happens. You know, now that guy's pigeonholed, right? So I think we all understand that. So, and we become pigeonholed as an offense, as a defense, you know, when we're talking about D tackles, you know, nose tackles, D ends, guys who can only play one position. And you know, there's only 46 guys that, you know, dress. So if we're not versatile, then, you know, injuries occur in this league and, you know, guys get tired. Hopefully not our team because we want to be conditioned. But, you know, eventually, you know, guys will, you know, get tired. And you got to be able to, you know, shift guys around. And that's where versatility comes into play. But, yeah, I understand the question. And we want, you know, our best 5 guys, you know, from an offensive line standpoint. Same on the defensive line, really same, you know, on both offense and defense. We want our best 11 guys out there. And if we can, you know, if we're locked into, hey, you can only do this, and if that works, then it works. If it doesn't, and we can get the best 5 guys out there, we'll try to do that.
Stand that, because I was getting that look of that's a ridiculous question, so I appreciate you working away.
Yeah, I know. I could have went there, but I didn't do that to you.
It's too early. Too early for
It
that.
is.
He slouches, just kidding.
Just kidding.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Appreciate the 5 positions. 5
We're gonna get